Chapter 6. Halloween.
Friday evening had a magic of its own. As promised, the girls gathered at Margot's house. Catherine arrived carrying 2 bottles of cheap wine, sneakily taken from her father's special occasion stash. Margot's room was filled with music and the warm glow of pumpkin-shaped fairy lights. Everything felt genuinely cozy. Dancing in their pajamas with glasses in hand, they laughed, shared stories, and gossiped about the upcoming party. "Vanessa, that vampire look is perfect for you," Catherine said, admiring a photo of the dress on her phone. "You already have that, I might bite you any second expression." "Thanks. I think," Vanessa smirked. "And what about you?" "A demon. Black wings, lenses, leather dress. No cuteness allowed." "I'm a witch," Margot announced, trying on a wide-brimmed hat. "With green smoke from a cauldron and ritual dancing, obviously." They burst out laughing again. "By the way," Margot said, pausing mid-sip, "Victoria's been acting strange." "Yeah, like she's actively avoiding us," Vanessa chimed in, refilling her glass. "She used to be everywhere with us," she added, then casually murmured, "Also, Jake's adorable. Wouldn't mind someone like him." Margot scoffed but didn't comment. That night, sleep came late. They lay awake sharing memories of past romances, creepy stories, and endless speculation about how the school Halloween party would unfold. The following days were quiet. Archie barely texted. His window stayed dark in the evenings, and Catherine noticed it with a silent unease. He had all but vanished. And then Halloween arrived. The school pulsed with anticipation. Cobwebs draped the classroom corners, candy lay scattered on desks. Teachers pretended lessons were continuing as usual, but everyone knew the real event was coming after the bell. Catherine arrived at the gym with the girls, barely recognizing the place. Twinkling lights, thumping music, a table overflowing with punch and snacks. It was like stepping into a masquerade. Vanessa looked stunning in her vampire gown and veil. Margot, in a corset and black witch's hat, could have walked off a spellbook cover. And Catherine, in her demon costume with black wings and dark lenses, stood out, striking, radiant, a little dangerous. And then Archie walked in. He wore a long dark cloak, leather gothic makeup, black lenses, sharp features, not a trace of a smile. He looked menacing and magnetic all at once. No one could quite tell what he was dressed as, but he owned it. "Oh my God," Vanessa whispered. "Is that Archie? He's just... wow." Catherine couldn't look away. Something fluttered uneasily inside her. Across the room stood Victoria, in a killer costume, fake knife in hand. Her expression was oddly muted, a guilty half-smile, as if trying to seem like she belonged, though no one believed it. Archie remained on the edge of the crowd, watching. His eyes never left Catherine. When Margot and Vanessa stepped out for air, Catherine approached him. "See?" she said lightly. "No horrors, just fun."
"For now,"
he murmured.
"I hope you're right."
"You really know how to ruin a good party, don't you?" She rolled her eyes, trying to hide the way his voice affected her. A small laugh escaped before she could stop it. She hated that he always managed to make even his warnings sound almost charming.
"Someone has to keep you from making terrible decisions."
Archie's gaze stayed on hers. For a second, the seriousness in his expression softened. Catherine pressed her lips together, trying not to smile. She looked away for a moment, pretending to be offended. Terrible decisions? She repeated, raising an eyebrow. Like coming here?
Like trusting everyone in this room.
The teasing faded from her face. She studied him carefully, noticing the way his jaw tightened, the way his eyes moved across the crowd, like he was searching for something. For a moment, his expression softened. The cold, distant mask slipped, and Catherine caught a glimpse of the Archie she knew. The one who worried too much, who noticed things other people ignored. "You came anyway," she said quietly.
I said I would.
Archie looked back at her. For a moment, he seemed almost surprised by the question. "Even though you hate parties?" Something warm flickered inside her. She quickly pushed it away, looking toward the dance floor instead.
I don't hate parties.
Catherine glanced at his black cloak, the dark makeup around his eyes, and the way he stood slightly apart from everyone else. "You're standing in the darkest corner, wearing black contacts and looking like you're about to curse someone." She couldn't help it. A small laugh escaped.
Maybe I'm just committed to the costume.
For the first time that night, Archie almost smiled. "Maybe you're just dramatic." She said it lightly, but her eyes lingered on him a little longer than necessary.
Maybe you like that.
A small smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. Catherine opened her mouth to answer, but the words disappeared. She felt heat rise to her cheeks and quickly looked away, pretending to be interested in the decorations hanging above them. The music around them grew louder, swallowing the conversations nearby. Colored lights moved across the walls, flashing over faces painted like monsters and ghosts. For a few seconds, the entire room looked unreal. "Come on," she said, changing the subject. "I'm getting a drink."
You're ordering me one too.
Obviously. She gave him a confident look, though she was secretly pleased he didn't argue. As they moved through the crowd, Catherine noticed people watching him. She leaned slightly closer. "Everyone is staring at you."
Let them.
She smiled to herself. "You really don't care what people think, do you?"
No.
"That must be nice."
Sometimes.
Archie looked at her, noticing the unusual seriousness in her voice. At the drinks table, Catherine handed him a cup. "Don't tell me you're going to inspect it for poison."
I considered it.
"There," she said, pointing at him. "You laughed."
I didn't.
"You did."
I didn't.
"You absolutely did." The corner of his mouth lifted slightly. Catherine smiled, feeling strangely proud that she had managed to break through his usual seriousness. The words hung between them for a moment. Catherine looked down at her drink, suddenly aware of how close they were standing. "Maybe I'm just curious," she said softly.
About what?
She looked back at him. "About what's actually going on in your head." Archie watched her for a moment, quieter now.
Probably better if you don't know.
She frowned slightly. "That's a very mysterious answer."
That's because it's true.
She shook her head, but she was smiling. "You know, you're really annoying."
And you keep talking to me.
She tried to hide her smile by taking a sip of her drink. The song changed, and the room slowly shifted into a slower rhythm. Catherine noticed Archie glance toward the dance floor. She raised an eyebrow. "Don't tell me you're actually going to dance."
Dance with me.
Catherine froze for half a second. She looked at his hand, then at his face, trying to decide if he was serious. "You don't dance."
I know,
Then why are you asking? His eyes softened.
Because you do.
For once, she didn't have a clever answer. She placed her hand in his. On the dance floor, Catherine could feel how unusual this was for him. The way he moved carefully, like he wasn't used to letting himself relax. You know people are staring, she whispered. She looked around, then back at him. They're probably trying to figure out what your costume is.
Let them wonder.
A small smile appeared on her face. You enjoy being mysterious.
No,
He looked down at her.
I enjoy watching you try to figure me out.
Her smile faded into something softer. And have I figured you out yet? Archie held her gaze.
Not even close.
This time he smiled. And Catherine found herself smiling back before she could stop herself.
You're staring.
Archie said. Catherine felt her heartbeat quicken slightly. She looked away first, pretending to watch the other dancers. I was trying to figure out what you're supposed to be.
And?
She studied him, pretending to think. A very intimidating vampire who thinks he's mysterious.
We're wrong.
A guy who spends too much time practicing dramatic entrances. That made him laugh. A quiet, unexpected sound that made Catherine smile. There, she said. You can smile. I was starting to think your face was frozen.
Only around people I don't trust.
And me? His eyes stayed on hers a little longer than necessary.
Still deciding.
Still deciding. The answer should have annoyed her. Instead, it made her heart beat slightly faster. The song ended, and they stepped away from the dance floor. You know, Catherine said, for someone who didn't want to come, you're having a surprisingly good time.
Maybe.
Maybe? He looked at her.
Maybe it's not the party.
Her breath caught slightly. Before she could answer, Archie's expression changed for a brief second, like he heard something she didn't.
Catherine?
What? He looked around the room, then back at her.
Nothing.
But it wasn't nothing. She could see it in his eyes. Still, she smiled. Come on, just enjoy one night. For a moment, he let himself. The music grew louder. The lights flashed faster. Everyone was laughing. For a few minutes, the party felt normal. No secrets, no tension, no fear. Just music, laughter, and the strange comfort of standing beside someone who understood her more than she expected.
And then the music cut. The lights blinked out. Screams erupted. A teacher's voice rang out through the microphone.
Everyone evacuate the building. Now this is not a drill.
Catherine instinctively grabbed Archie's hand. Together, they made their way outside. Ambulances and police cars were already parked in front of the school. People stood clustered in confusion and fear. Some were crying. Catherine spotted a crowd forming by the alley and ran over, then stopped cold. Margot lay on the wet asphalt, unconscious and bloodied. Medics knelt beside her, working fast. Nearby stood Vanessa, pale, hands covering her mouth. Her costume was stained. Next to her, Victoria in the same killer costume, the fake knife now smeared in something far too real. Jake was sobbing, someone holding him by the shoulders. No, Catherine whispered. This can't be happening. Archie appeared behind her slowly. His face was grim. He had known. He had felt it coming. And now, it had.